Alright, before we jump into the rest of our painting effects video, I just kind of want to give you guys a brief glimpse of what's going to come up in part 10. I got these great T-virus cells from the Resident Evil movies, and what I'm going to use these for is I'm going to create this little audio chamber for my front panel audio and USB tower. And I'm going to use this great product from MMPC Tech. It's this round Modders mesh. This is what my sponsor sent me last week. And the idea, what I'm going to use this for, is I'm going to create this little chamber, and I'm going to back the chamber with this great mesh. And within the chamber, I'm going to take the front panel audio and USB. And this is we're going to rebuild this whole metal area as well. And this is just going to go right inside the chamber with the two T-virus cells suspended from inside the chamber by these little mechanical arms. And if I can find the right audio server, what I also would like to do is create this little door that's kind of just going to go over the front of the chamber, and when you open that door, it's going to give kind of like an audio warning, containment breach, biohazard breach, some along those lines. So that's just kind of idea what's going to come up in part 10 for the front panel audio and USB. But let's go ahead and just jump right back into our painting effects video and show you what I got planned over there. Alright, I got my aerial all masked off right here. I'm just going to start spraying a mixture of my white and a touch of the German gray right over this area right here. And then we're just going to take a little bit of our vinyl lettering and go right over the top of that. And we're going to spell out a sign that's going to say sublevel 01. And then we'll just spray right back over the top of that again with our German gray and rust mixture. Right now is probably a really good time to talk about color theory and design. As if you guys have seen me progress in this project, you kind of see the color palette that I've chosen. From light all the way up to dark, these colors are within the same tonal value of each other. And the reason I'm working within this palette, it allows me to mix and match all these colors without my color palette or my color design to being too harsh or too drastic. Now if I want to go ahead and add a complementary color like the orange here that you see on the bay door, I can do that because it's a complementary color to the German gray and the rust mixture. It's completely on the other side of the color wheel, which gives us the complementary style to it. Now when I'm working with white and black, I never use these two colors by themselves. I recommend that you guys don't either. If you're looking for a realistic paint scheme, always change the tone and value of these colors. Unless you're working in digital arts, media arts, or graphic arts, you'll never use white or black by themselves. So when I'm working with white, I always like to change the value of this by adding maybe a touch of the buff color or maybe a touch of Payne's gray. And when I'm working with black, if I want a gloss finish, I'll add maybe a little bit of blue or purple to it. And if I just want to tone it down, you'll see me do it a lot. I add a lot of the German gray to the black mixture. Just still gives me that consistent dark look, but without it being too harsh or too drastic. So if you go over to your art store, pick up a $2 color wheel. It'll pretty much walk you through color theory and design. Tell you about your primary, secondary, and your tertiary colors and complementary colors. So that's pretty much our color theory. So let's go ahead and get that white mixture sprayed down and start laying down our vinyl lettering. Alright, I sprayed my oil pipeline as well, just a mixture of that white base color again. That's pretty much dry right now, so we're going to go ahead and start working on our little sign right here. We're just going to use a little bit of our vinyl lettering and just go ahead and spell out sublevel 01 right there, and then we'll spray right back over that with the German and rust mixture. Alright, I completed most of the paint job on our power reset switch here. There's some other few things that I probably want to do in there. I probably want to create a little bit more of some piping coming out the side of this little generator right here, and maybe just a little bit more rust effect on this, but it's pretty much almost done. You can see the sub level 2 sign that we put there with our masking. We just Just did the same procedure that we did on the front doors of the case. Just laid down a base coat and just put the vinyl masking over the top of that, then just sprayed right over the top of that, and then peeled the masking away to reveal the white lettering there. But what I want to do right now is I had to rewire some of the pins in here, resolder some of the pins. So I just want to make sure this is functioning properly before I attach it to my case and wire these wires to the motherboard that I'll be purchasing. But what I like to do is I got an old test motherboard here and a test power supply. I like to keep what I call a test bench around just to sample certain hardware when I'm doing configurations like this. That way I don't fry my important pieces. You know, if something were to happen to this board, I'm not too worried about it. It's just a test board. So let's just go ahead and see how the operation of the front panel switch works. So I just want to go ahead and press the switch and see how it powers on. Alright, perfect. And as you can see, I got one of the LEDs hooked up there as well. The power activity lead isn't connected right now, but the hard drive lead is. So let's go ahead and power it off and see how it powers down. Alright, perfect. With that being said, I can comfortably hook this up to the motherboard that I'll be purchasing for this case. I'm not sure which one it will be at this point, but when I do, I can comfortably hook it up without any worries of shorting out my board. Alright, now we're just going to start working on our Biohazard barrels here. This is a product from Tamiya. They're military miniatures, and you can get these at any one of your local hobby stores that sells military miniatures. And I got about 8 or so barrels here. And the first coat that we need to lay down is a steel color. So we're going to just go ahead and use a steel color to simulate the natural steel of the drum. And then we'll just go right over the top of that with a dark gray to add our first layer of a weathering, and then we'll start laying down the rust layers as well. So let's go ahead and get the top coat sprayed on right now. Alright, I think the camera's picking it up okay, but we got our first layers of rust applied there. And what we'll do right now is just mix up a little bit darker mixture of the rust and start going in all these little grooves here and just actually start creating our first textures of rust right on all those little seams and around the edges there. Alright, I just went ahead and just finished up these barrels here. Finished up the rust simulation and add some streaks to the rust. And what I want to do right now is start masking these little barrels off and start creating some little graphics on there. I want to work a graphic right on the top here. I want to create a material safety data sheet logo on there, a couple biohazard logos on the side, maybe some shipping labels on the side as well. So let's go ahead and get this masked off and start creating our little graphics, just to add a touch more realism to these things. Alright, I got all my little barrels masked off here. I got a little area cut out for what would be like a shipping label or a hazard label. I got the lid taped off for a graphic that we're going to apply there. So let's go ahead and just start laying down these graphics now. Alright, I got all the little lids painted. Now I just need to remove that masking and paint the opposite side of the lid, which is going to be white. Alright, I'm just going to remove these stencils now, just this little tape stencil, real simple, and kind of see where we're at right here. I got a few more steps before we're completed on these things, but it looks pretty good so far. We got the top painted there. I got a little side label decal that will go in and add some lettering to, maybe a suggestion of lettering. It'd be kind of hard to write that small, but then we're going to create the biohazard logo right here, maybe an Umbrella Corporation logo on there as well, and then just age this up a little bit more, and be pretty much done with these things. Alright, I just finished up all my little barrels here and finished up the paint jobs on them. Added all the little shipping labels and hazard labels. So I was thinking about adding some biohazard decals on here as well. So just might go ahead and do that just to finish these up. But they're pretty much completed. And we just finished up our little container as well and just added a paint job on it, kind of the same way that we painted the front of the case. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this to the front of the case and finish up this part of the video. I'm going to go ahead and get started on part 10 tomorrow. We're going to work on the front audio USB. We're going to work on some fan intakes as well. This will be a water-cooled PC, but I also want to add the fan options just in case this computer does change hands and somebody doesn't want to go with the water cooling. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning into these videos and rate and subscribing. I appreciate all the subscribers and all you guys' comments. Thanks for staying with me through all these months. Stay inspired and keep creating. I'll see you guys in part 10. Take care.